Can you feel relief and still grieve the doctor you were at the same time? Stay tuned for why pride and sadness can coexist and what that says about your growth. Welcome back to the Resilient MD, the podcast and YouTube channel where women physicians are supported through burnout, transition, and becoming without losing themselves in the process. I'm Dr. Anna McDowell, certified life coach, allergist, and guide for physicians navigating identity shifts with honesty and compassion. Today's episode explores something many physicians experience but rarely talk about openly: grieving the doctor you were, even when changing or leaving medicine is the right decision. This is not a failure of confidence, it's not regret, and it doesn't mean you made the wrong choice. It means the role mattered. There's a belief that quietly follows many high achieving professionals, including physicians and especially women physicians, throughout transitions. If I'm sad, it must mean I made the wrong choice. But the belief is simply not true. You can love who you were, you can feel proud of the doctor you became, and you can still know with clarity that it's time to change. Grief does not cancel conviction. Sadness does not invalidate alignment. For many physicians, leaving clinical medicine or loosening its grip doesn't come with one clean emotion. It comes with multiple layers: relief, pride, nostalgia, exhaustion, gratitude, and also with loss, all existing at the same time. And that complexity deserves to be named. What many physicians experience after leaving medicine is something called ambiguous grief. It's grief without a clear ending, grief without a funeral, grief without permission. You're grieving something that is still alive in memory and identity, a role that shaped you, disciplined you, gave you purpose, and for crying out loud, asked a lot from you. And because you chose the change, people just often assume you're only supposed to feel relief. But ambiguous grief doesn't mean you want to go back. Although I admit there are many days I miss seeing my patients. What it really means is the relationship mattered. Medicine wasn't just a job, it was a version of you. And a version of us deserves to be honored when they are released. One of the most important reframes in the stage of transformation is this: grief is not the same as regret. Regret says, I wish I hadn't done this. Grief says, this mattered. You can miss the patient relationship like I do. You can miss the camaraderie. You can miss the confidence that came with mastery and still trust your decision. If anything, grief is evidence that you showed up fully, that you cared, that you gave something meaningful of yourself. Only people who were deeply invested feel this kind of grief. Medicine often trains us to choose one emotion at a time: strong or weak, grateful or bitter, confident or unsure. But this stage asks us to hold both: pride and sadness, relief and longing, certainty and tenderness. You don't have to minimize your accomplishments to justify your evolution. And you don't have to suppress your grief to prove you're okay. maturity, and healing live in the capacity to hold complexity. This is not confusion. This is actually emotional intelligence. Hi there. By now, you may have noticed something familiar. That New Year's resolution you made with so much hope. The one about balance, boundaries, or finally taking care of yourself. It may already feel distant. And if part of you is thinking, here we go again, maybe this just is impossible for me, I want to gently stop you right there. Giving up on a resolution does not mean you should give up on yourself. And it certainly doesn't mean you should give up on your dreams. Especially not as a woman physician who has spent years showing up for everyone else. What often gets in the way isn't lack of discipline or motivation, it's the unseen barriers. The thoughts that keep you stuck in frustration or guilt. The patterns that drain your time and energy. The habits that once helped you survive but no longer help you thrive. The Resilient MD is a 6-week one-on-one coaching program designed for mid-career women physicians who feel frustrated, burnout, or trapped and want a better, more fulfilling life without blowing everything up. The work isn't about willpower. It's about awareness, clarity, and support. Together, we identify the barriers that are quietly holding you back, examine your current actions and decide which ones are no longer serving you. Build believable bridge thoughts that create real emotional relief. Clarify what you actually want and what's been standing in the way. Remove internal obstacles so change feels possible, not overwhelming. If your resolution didn't stick, that's okay. This isn't failure, it's information. And it's an invitation to do things differently. You don't need to push harder. You don't need to start over perfectly. You can ease into your transformation with guidance and compassion. The Resilient MD is here to help you stop giving up on yourself and start building a life that feels aligned, balanced, and deeply fulfilling. Whenever you're ready, you can begin simply by signing up. I'll be waiting. One of the most damaging things women physicians do during transitions is try to distance themselves from who they were before. We judge the version of ourselves who stayed. We minimize the years we gave. We rewrite the story to protect ourselves from the pain. But honoring your past does not trap you there. You don't need to erase your identity to evolve beyond it. You don't need to criticize your former self to justify your growth. The doctor was not naive. She was brave. She was capable. She did the best she could with the information and the system she had to work with. And she deserves respect from you most of all. I want to offer you a reflection to sit with this week. What parts of my former identity deserves to be honored, not judged? Let the answer be specific. Let it be generous. Let it be true. This is not about holding on. It's actually about integrating. Grieving the doctor you were doesn't mean you failed medicine. It means medicine mattered. You are allowed to carry pride and sadness at the same time. You are allowed to honor what shaped you without letting it define your future. In this butterfly year, we don't cut ourselves off from who we were. We carry forward what was true meaningful, and earned in a lighter, more aligned way. You are allowed to miss what mattered. You are allowed to evolve. And you are allowed to do both at the same time. Now, this is my butterfly year, where I choose alignment over urgency and allow myself to become gently and without force. And I want that for you also. If you found value in today's episode, please share it with a friend who also needs to hear about ambiguous grief. Next week, I will be talking about how our body takes more time than our mind to adapt to changes. Don't forget to subscribe so you do not miss one episode. Let's turn insight into action. The time management series laid the groundwork. Now grab that guide that helps you put it into practice. Learn how to reclaim 10 hours a week and finally breathe again. Get your copy at annamcdowell.com/guide or hit the link in the description below. Let's grow this community together. If this episode served you, please just take a moment to leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts or your favorite platform and like this video on YouTube. It's one of the best ways to help more incredible people like you hear this message. Thank you for being here. Thank you for honoring your own complexity. And thank you for allowing grief to be part of your becoming. I'm Dr. Anna McDowell, a resilient MD just like you, and I'll see you next week.